video, I'm going to do a review and an unboxing of something really exciting. Uninet sent me the iColor 560 white toner printer in exchange for an honest review. You seriously won't believe everything this printer can do. It is amazing. So I'll be creating a ton of content around this printer, showing you all the ins and outs. So if this sounds like your thing, make sure to stick around. And honestly, even if you don't think it sounds like your thing, still stick around, because by the end of this video, you just might change your mind. So let me show you what's included. You get the iColor 560 printer, a full set of toner cartridges, cyan, magenta, yellow, white, and black, a power cord, startup manual, software instructions, sample transfer sheets. You also get a large laminated quick start guide that's packed with so many helpful tips, so you definitely want to keep that handy. So what is the Uninet IColor 560? It is a special kind of printer that lets you create custom designs for things like clothes, bags, mugs, and so much more. What makes it unique is that it uses white toner, a fine powder instead of liquid ink, which helps your design stand out, especially on dark or colored surfaces. So because it uses toner powder, there's no messy ink, so you don't have to worry about spills or getting anything on your hands. It's also more cost effective over time, since toner cartridges last longer and they don't dry out like ink. Plus, it's super easy to swap colors. Just remove one toner cartridge and you pop in another, so there's no mess, no hassle. So another thing that I love is it prints your design with white layer in one pass. You don't have to line things up or run it through twice. That makes it faster and way easier to make custom products at home or for your small business. And here is one of my favorite things about the iColor 560. You don't have to weed at all. So if you have ever worked with vinyl, you know the drill. You have to cut each layer, each color. Then you have to sit down. You're peeling away at the little pieces, like the little dots and the eyes, the letters, the corners, the shape. Basically, it takes forever. And if you're layering the colors, now you have to line up each color vinyl sheet and just hope that you have it all correctly, because if not, you have to redo that whole entire step. But with the iColor 560, you can say goodbye to all of that. There is absolutely no weeding, no layering. There's no cutting multiple colors. So all you have to do is print the image onto the transfer paper. So this is your A sheet. Then you're going to marry this sheet with your B sheet, which adds the adhesive. So the adhesive from the B sheet will only stick to the printed design. So there is no vinyl to cut, no outlines to trim, and nothing to peel. Once they are pressed together, you'll end up with a clean, full color transfer that's ready to be pressed onto a shirt. It saves you so much time, and it lets you do detailed multicolor designs that would have been a total pain with the traditional vinyl. Before we jump in to the setup and I show you exactly how to make a shirt with this printer, I wanted to share something. I wanted to share one more thing that really blew me away. The iColor 560 isn't just for white toner projects. It actually does a lot more. You can use it for the white overprint on apparel and dark textiles, white underprint for things like labels, cards, and packaging. And it also works as a regular CMYK printer too. But here's the cool part. You can also use it for sublimation. So all you need is the sublimation toner. Now, unlike converted sublimation printers where once you switch, you're stuck with it, the iColor 560 lets you switch between the white toner CMYK and the sublimation toner. So you can go back and forth just by swapping out the toner cartridges. That's the beauty of using toner instead of ink. They even offer fluorescent, clear, metallic, gold, and silver toners too. But those are all sold separately, but it's amazing to have those options. So really, this one printer can do it all. No need for 2 or 3 different machines, cluttering up your workspace. This one covers everything. So now can you see why I'm so obsessed? So, all right, now let's get this baby set up. I'm gonna walk you through how to make your first shirt step by step. So let's get going. Before we get started, you'll want to grab the big laminated quick start guide. This walks you through all the steps and it has some really helpful info on it. It also includes your ProRip Essentials activation number and the code for the White Toner Masterclass. So definitely keep it somewhere safe. Next, we're going to remove the packing material and check the components. We'll want to remove all the blue and orange tapes from all the sides. Then we're going to open the top lid and remove the orange security tape inside the printer. We'll need to remove the protective foam from inside the machine and the protective film that was around the white toner, and then reinstall it. Super easy. We're going to plug the power cord into the back of the printer and then into the outlet. I like to use a surge protector just for some extra protection. And here's something to keep in mind. Try not to use the same outlet as your heat press. I've always heard it's better to keep them separate to avoid any electrical issues. But if you know the technical reason, drop it in the comments below because I don't really know. For getting connected, you have a few options. You can use the included network or the USB cable, or you can connect via Wi-Fi. Either way, we're going to head back to the quick start guide. There's a QR code at the top. We're going to scan it and it takes you right to www.icolorprint.com/setup. Next, we're going to find the iColor 560 on the list, and we're going to download the ProRip Essential software setup because this is the newer version that you do not need a dongle for. So we're just going to go ahead and click this, and you'll see right up at the top, it is starting to download in the right-hand corner. So we're going to double click again, and that will open this folder. There's also some free color sample graphics. So if you double click here, there's some art samples. And so if you double click, you'll see some images. So there's some really cool things here. Just double click here, just some really neat designs that you can work with. And then here's some pre-rasterized for black shirts, which you'll need to hit extract first for that. So we'll want to go to the ProRip Essential software. We're going to double click, and then here's the application we're going to double click on. But here is also the user manual, which is pretty handy. I would recommend definitely downloading this. It actually goes through all the steps for downloading, and it goes through everything. So you just follow this. It tells you exactly what to do. So I recommend definitely saving that. And when we go back here, this is the application. We're just going to double click and hit run. But I would recommend still following this because it is step by step and it will help you get set up. Now that you've downloaded the ProRip Essential software, you'll need to validate your computer by running the RIP. You'll automatically have the system ID, so you'll want to go ahead and enter your activation code, and again, that's on your laminated study guide. So once you validated your activation code and your system ID, the system will show you your validation code and the validations remaining. All you need to do is copy the validation code from the website to the software validation window and click validate, and that's it. So once you open ProRip Essentials, it's pretty easy to use. Once you open it, you'll see here the printer model. So your iColor 560 should appear. You have the print mode and your media size, resolution. Then you have your bypass tray or your tray 1, tray 2, the overprint and underprint or CMYK. One thing I really love about this software is ProRip automatically mirrors your designs when needed, like for transfers onto fabric, so you don't need to click anything. It knows based on your media settings whether it should flip it or not, so that's super easy. Let me show you a few other things or tell you a few other things. You have your sizes over here. It's just so many of these you're not really going to use, not yet at the beginning. What's really cool too, and I won't get into it today, but you can remove black from images and you can also change colors. So like if you're clicking on an image and it's green and you want to change change all the green marks on that image, you can just click it and it'll change it all to a different color. So cool, but I'll go over all that later and not in this video. So we're going to import, let's do butterflies. So here is the butterfly image. If you have the butterfly here and you want to rotate it, you'll just click the rotate and it'll do that for you. And this will make it fit the paper if you want to make it bigger. There's just so many cool things that you can do. And if you want to do a new project, you would just click this and you would get a new template that pops up. Or if you want to save this job, you can hit save and you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can trash this by removing the graphic. It's just so easy to use. What's another really cool feature is you'll see here that this knows automatically that this is an overprint, and then you can see this is how you're going to set up your toner. So simple, it tells you. I absolutely love that. So if you're going to do a different kind of project and you need to change or you need to reposition your toners, it tells you everything. So everything's so step by step and easy. So I just wanted to go ahead and show that to you. This is the A sheet, or otherwise known as the transfer paper. And the side that we want to face down in the bypass is the side that is going to be printed on. So if you can just take your nail and you'll see here that this comes off. That is the side we want to print on. So we're going to just place this right in the bypass. Look how fast that was. Look how nice that looks. Isn't that awesome? So this is so nice. Next, we're going to go ahead and preheat the heat press to 310 degrees Fahrenheit and keep it closed while it's heating up. Once it reaches 310 degrees, I like to let it sit for another 5 minutes to really help warm up the lower platen. This step is super important because you want to make sure that the bottom plate is fully heated before moving on to the marrying process. If it's not hot enough, your transfer might not bond properly and you could end up with incomplete results. So while that's heating up, let's talk about our next step. We're going to marry A and B sheets together before pressing onto any fabric. This step is super important. The A sheet holds your printed image, but it doesn't have any adhesive by itself. The B sheet is where the heat activated adhesive lives, and when we press the two together, that adhesive sticks only to the toner, the printed parts of your design. So by marrying them, they're basically coating the image with adhesive, and that's what allows it to actually bond to the fabric during the final press. So without this step, the image won't transfer at all. So now that our press is fully heated, here's how we're going to marry the sheets. We're going to lay a sheet with the glossy side touching the press so that the printed image is facing upwards towards you. Next, grab your B sheet and place it adhesive side down right on top of the image. You'll know that it's right if the yellow grid or markings on the B sheet are facing up. I always fold over a tiny corner of the B sheet. It makes it so much easier to peel it when it's hot. Then we're going to place a sheet of craft paper on top and press it with medium-high pressure for 120 seconds. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull it up. We're going to take this off. And you'll want to immediately rub the sheet with a piece of textile for about 5 seconds. I'm just using a shirt nearby. Next, we're going to peel the adhesive sheet from the transparent transfer sheet diagonally in one slow, low, and fluid motion. This must be done with the sheets on the press to minimize the heat loss. You want to slow down at the end of the peel and allow the adhesive sheet to fall off to ensure that you do not lose the last edge of the graphic. So let me close this. Okay, isn't that awesome? Look how awesome that looks. And then let me show you, this is the B, and you can see here that it removed that adhesive, and that is now on the A. That's how you know that it took it all and it only took what's right here. So before we press this on the shirt, we're going to go ahead and cut around the image, because sometimes you can get a little adhesive lines outside the image, and trimming it just helps keep those from showing up on your shirt. I always like to pre-press the shirt first for about 5 seconds. That helps remove any moisture or wrinkles. And then we're going to place the design face down and cover it with craft paper or parchment paper. And we're going to press it at 310 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. When the timer is up, we're going to carefully take the shirt off the press. It's going to be hot, so definitely be super careful removing the shirt. So this is a cool peel, so we don't want to rush it. You can either let it cool completely around 5 minutes, or you can use a DTF cooling block to speed it up. Once it's cool, place your hand on the shirt to hold it steady and start peeling from a corner that has more toner coverage. That usually gives the smoothest result. So you can see that the entire image was fully transferred onto the shirt. Nothing's left behind on the sheet, and that is exactly what you want to see. Wow, it really turned out super nice. It's very bold and vibrant, perfect for summer. So we're not done yet. You'll notice that the design has a bit of glossy or shiny finish. That's totally normal with white toner transfers. It's actually from the adhesive layer that bonds the toner to the fabric. Some people love the shine, others prefer a more matte look. Either way, you still need to do a final press to fully set the image and help it last longer through washes. If you do like the glossy finish, Uninet makes a top seal sheet that you can use during the final press to lock in that shine. But if you're going for a softer matte look, just use craft paper or parchment paper. The last press is going to be at 270 degrees for just 20 seconds, and we'll go ahead and apply craft paper or the finishing cloth. Once it's done, while the shirt's still warm, you'll want to give it a gentle stretch. That breaks the surface tension and it helps the design feel softer and more natural. And here's how to wash it. You'll want to make sure to turn it inside out, wash it in cold or warm water, no bleach, no fabric softener, and it's recommended to hang it or tumble dry low. So if you're thinking about getting a white toner printer, or you just want one machine that can do it all, the iColor 560 is seriously worth it. From apparel to hard surface, sublimation, and so much more. So it is a total game changer for creators like us. So I'll go ahead and leave the links below for the printer and any accessories I mentioned as well. So be sure to check out my descriptions, and don't forget, I'll be sharing more tutorials on this printer with tips, tricks, and fun project ideas. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Also, if you guys made it to the end of the video, make sure to drop a thumbs up emoji in the comments, because I would love to know how many of you stuck around to the end. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.